Nothing is wrong with you. You are not defective. You are not missing some internal trait. You didn't fall behind. What you're experiencing has a name. It's numbness. And numbness doesn't announce itself like failure does. It doesn't come with panic or urgency. It doesn't feel dangerous. That's why it's so effective. Failure shocks you awake. Numbness lets you sleep with your eyes open. Notice how your days actually feel. Not what you do, but how it feels to be inside your own head. There's movement everywhere, but very little momentum. You are busy, yet strangely untouched. Occupied, yet unchanged. The hours pass easily. The days blur together. And nothing feels important enough to demand more from you. That's not peace. That's sedation. You are surrounded by stimulation. But stimulation isn't the same as engagement. Engagement pulls you in. Stimulation washes over you. It fills time, but it doesn't leave a mark. You consume endlessly videos, opinions, information, noise. Yet, when it's over, nothing lingers. No tension, no question, no internal movement. Just the need for the next hit. Sedation feels like relief at first. Relief from pressure, relief from expectation, relief from having to decide who you are becoming. There's no sharp edge to it, no obvious cost. You still function, you still show up, you still get by, but something subtle disappears. The feeling that your life is pointed somewhere. There used to be an internal demand, a sense that time mattered, that energy was limited, that certain moments carried weight. Now, that demand is constantly interrupted. The moment it begins to form, it's softened by entertainment, by distraction, by comfort. So it never reaches the level where it forces change. The signal exists, but it's always muted. Comfort doesn't crush ambition, it caps it. It creates a ceiling you rarely notice because it doesn't feel restrictive. You're allowed to want things, just not enough to disrupt your comfort. You're allowed to dream as long as it doesn't require discomfort. So desire becomes theoretical, something you think about, not something that pulls you forward. This is why emotions feel flat. Not sad, not happy, just neutral. Neutral enough to continue, neutral enough to delay, You're not overwhelmed. You're understimulated at a deeper level while being overstimulated on the surface. Your system is busy, but your core is untouched. This is also why time feels like it's speeding up. Meaning stretches time. Repetition compresses it. When days lack intensity, they leave no imprint. Weeks disappear. Months blur. Years pass quietly. Not because nothing happened, but because nothing registered. Ease feels humane, but constant ease removes contrast. Without contrast, nothing stands out. Without resistance, nothing feels earned. Without friction, there is no sense of arrival. Life becomes smooth, and smooth surfaces don't leave marks. When urgency fades, identity loosens. You stop becoming something specific and start remaining generally functional. You don't move backward, you drift. And drift is dangerous because it feels passive, not wrong. No alarms go off. You just slowly become someone who tolerates more and demands less. This is where the quiet restlessness comes from. Not dissatisfaction loud enough to act on, just a dull sense that something is missing, but you can't name it. So you distract it, you numb it, you postpone it, and the feeling returns, weaker each time. Sedation protects you from discomfort, but discomfort was never the enemy. Discomfort was the friction that shaped direction. It told you when something mattered. Without it, everything feels optional. And when everything is optional, nothing becomes essential. The opposite of sedation is not intensity, it's awareness. Awareness is uncomfortable because it removes the buffer. It lets silence stay. It lets boredom speak. It lets effort feel heavy. But awareness restores contrast, and contrast brings life back into focus. When sensitivity returns, things sharpen. Effort feels meaningful again. Waiting feels intentional. Time slows down. Not because life changed, but because you are finally present enough to feel it. Comfort will always be available. Sedation will always be offered. No one will force you to wake up. That choice is private and it's quiet. Comfort makes life tolerable. Awareness makes it meaningful. Most people never notice the difference. Now you do.